Most first-time campervan buyers lose $15,000 in 6 months, not on the van, but on the mistakes nobody warned them about. I'm breaking down the only 5 campervans under $50,000 that actually make financial sense in 2026, and more importantly, which ones will cost you a fortune in hidden expenses that dealers won't tell you about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which van fits your situation and which ones to walk away from no matter how good the deal looks. And the worst part? Most people don't realize they made the wrong choice until it's too expensive to undo. Number 1. The Ford Transit Connect. Let's start with the van nobody talks about but should, the Ford Transit Connect. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's small, and you're right, but here's what the van life influencers won't tell you. Most people overestimate the space they need by about 40%. You can get a 2020 to 2022 Transit Connect with under 50,000 miles for $22,000 to $28,000 right now. That's $20,000 less than you'll spend on a Sprinter or ProMaster that does essentially the same thing for solo travelers or couples without kids. Here's the part people miss. It's not the van that gets expensive, it's choosing too much van too early. The real advantage is parts and service. Every single mechanic in America knows how to work on a Transit Connect. It shares components with the Ford Escape. That means when something breaks in rural Montana, you're not waiting 3 weeks for a specialized Sprinter part to ship from Germany at $800. You're paying $120 at AutoZone and driving away the same day. The downside? If you're over 6 feet 2, forget it. You can't stand up inside, and the bed setup requires either removing the rear seats every night or a permanent conversion that kills resale value. Who should buy this? Solo travelers, weekend warriors, or retirees who want a second vehicle that doubles as a camper. You'll save enough money in the first year to fund an entire summer of travel. Who should avoid it? Families, tall people, or anyone planning to live in it full-time for more than 3 months straight. Now, if you need more space but still want reliability, the next option will surprise you. Number 2. The Nissan NV200. The Nissan NV200 is the most underrated campervan platform in America right now, and it's cheap because people don't understand what they're looking at. You can find 2017 to 2020 models for $18,000 to $25,000. These were commercial vehicles, delivery vans, taxicabs, which means they were built to run 200,000 plus miles without major issues. Nissan's 2.0-liter 4-cylinder is bulletproof. It's the same engine family that powered millions of Sentras and Rogues. Here's where buyers mess it up. The NV200 was discontinued in 2021, which makes people think parts will be a nightmare. Wrong. It shares 60% of its components with the Nissan Rogue, which is still in production. Parts are everywhere, they're cheap, and any Nissan dealer can service it. The interior space is nearly identical to the Transit Connect, but you get better fuel economy, 24 miles per gallon versus 21 in the Ford. Over 50,000 miles of travel, that's a $2,400 difference in fuel costs at current prices. The real downside isn't the van, it's the stigma. It looks like a delivery van because it was one. If you care about Instagram aesthetics, this isn't your vehicle. But if you care about your bank account and actually traveling instead of just looking like you do, this is a sleeper pick. Who should buy this? Budget-conscious buyers who prioritize function over form, people who want to travel now instead of saving for 2 more years. Who should avoid it? Anyone who needs AWD or plans to do serious off-grid boondocking. This is a pavement van. But what if you need something bigger, like actual standing room bigger? That's where things get expensive. Or do they? Number 3. The Ram ProMaster City. The Ram ProMaster City sits in this weird middle ground that most people skip over, and that's exactly why it's a smart buy. It's bigger than the Transit Connect and NV200. You get about 8 inches of width and cargo length, but it's smaller than a full-size ProMaster. That makes it easier to park, better on gas, and cheaper to insure. You're looking at $26,000 to $34,000 for a 2019 to 2022 model with reasonable mileage. Here's what makes it interesting. It's actually a Fiat Doblo, which sounds terrible until you realize Fiat has been making these in Europe since 2010. There are millions of them over there. The reliability concerns you hear are mostly related to full-size ProMasters with the Pentastar V6. The ProMaster City has a 2.4-liter Tiger Shock 4-cylinder, same engine in Jeep Cherokees and Chrysler 200s. Common, cheap to fix, reliable enough. This sounds small, but it's expensive. Dealer availability. Ram discontinued the ProMaster City in 2022, and there aren't that many on the used market yet. If you find one in good condition, jump on it. If you don't waste months hunting for the perfect deal. Your time has value too. One more thing people miss, the ProMaster City has the best crash safety ratings in this class. If you're traveling with kids or you're just risk-averse, that matters more than Instagram likes. Who should buy this? Buyers who want a Goldilocks solution. Not too big, not too small, not too expensive. Families with 1 or 2 kids who need actual space. Who should avoid it? DIY mechanics who like working on their own stuff. Fiat parts aren't expensive, but they're not as easy to source as Ford or Chevy. Now here's the part that's going to make people angry in the comments. Stop buying converted Sprinters and Transit high-rops. If you need your van to impress strangers, you're already buying the wrong one. I know, they're gorgeous. I know the Instagram accounts you follow all have them, but here's the financial reality nobody wants to admit. A 2018 Sprinter with 80,000 miles and a $35,000 price tag will cost you another $4,000 to $6,000 in maintenance and repairs within the first 18 months. The DEF system alone is a ticking bomb. The turbocharger, the EGR valve, these aren't if expenses, they're when expenses. And Transit high-rops? Ford's 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 is a fantastic engine if you maintain it perfectly. Miss one oil change, run cheap gas, let the intercooler get clogged, you're looking at $6,000 to $9,000 for a new engine. I've seen it happen to 3 different buyers in the last year alone. Compare that to a $25,000 NV200 or Transit Connect, where your biggest repair in 5 years might be $1,200 for a new transmission service and new brakes. The vans that look the best on social media are often the worst financial decisions for actual full-time travel. But okay, maybe you do need standing room and you're willing to take the risk. Here's the only way to do it smart. Number 4, the Chevrolet Express or GMC Savana. If you absolutely need a full-size van, skip the European stuff and go old-school American, Chevrolet Express or GMC Savana. You can find 2015 to 2019 models with the 4.8-liter V8 or 6.0-liter V8 for $28,000 to $42,000, depending on mileage and condition. Yes, the fuel economy sucks, maybe 14 miles per gallon, but here's what you get in exchange: simplicity. These are the same vans that have been in production since 1996 with minor updates. Every mechanic in America knows how to work on them blindfolded. Parts are dirt cheap, the engines are proven. You can pull 10,000 pounds if you need to tow a trailer, and if you blow a transmission at 150,000 miles, you're paying $2,500 for a replacement, not $8,000 like you would with a Sprinter. Here's the part people miss. Buy one that was a fleet vehicle, not a conversion. Church vans, airport shuttles, hotel shuttles. These were maintained on strict schedules because businesses don't want breakdowns. You'll pay less and you can do your own build-out exactly how you want it. The downside is obvious. It's a brick on wheels. Terrible aerodynamics, bad fuel economy, and it drives like a 1990s truck because basically it is one. But if you value reliability and low cost of ownership over everything else, this is your move. Who should buy this? Full-time van lifers, families with 3 or more kids, people who need to tow, or anyone who plans to live in the van for years and wants 0 surprises. Who should avoid it? Anyone on a tight fuel budget or people who primarily camp in national parks where parking is tight. Now here's the wild card nobody expects. The wild card nobody expects is a used Chrysler Pacifica minivan. Yeah, a minivan. Hear me out. You can get a 2017 to 2020 Pacifica Hybrid for $24,000 to $35,000. It seats 7, gets 30 miles per gallon, and has a plug-in electric range of 32 miles.
Remove the second and third row seats in 10 minutes, and you've got 140 cubic feet of cargo space, more than a Transit Connect. It has built-in power outlets, climate control that actually works, adaptive cruise control, and a suspension that doesn't feel like a truck. You can stealth camp in suburbia better than any van because it just looks like a family vehicle. Here's where buyers mess it up. They can't get over the fact that you can't stand up, but if you're retired, solo traveling, or as a couple, and you want comfort, reliability, and efficiency, this might be the smartest $30,000 you ever spend. I know a couple who sold their $60,000 Sprinter and bought a Pacifica Hybrid. They said it was the best decision they ever made because they actually started traveling more instead of sitting in repair shops. So, here's my opinion, and I'm not being neutral about this. If you're buying your first camper van and you're not sure if van life is for you, go cheap. Get a Transit Connect or NV200 for under $25,000, travel for a year, and see if you actually like it. Most people realize within 6 months they either want something bigger or they want to go back to hotels. Don't blow your life savings finding that out. If you're committed and you know you need space, the Chevy Express is the only full-size van under $50,000 that won't
financially ruin you. And if you're okay sacrificing the Instagram aesthetic for actual comfort and savings, the Pacifica Hybrid is the move nobody sees coming. The worst decision you can make is buying a van because it looks like van life, instead of because it fits your life. Every smart van buyer I know regrets overbuying. None regrets starting simple. The smartest van buyers don't chase the dream, they test it cheaply first. So here's my question for you. Would you rather have the van everyone likes or the van that actually lets you travel more? Drop a comment and let me know which one of these you'd pick, or tell me I'm completely wrong. I'll respond to every comment in the first hour. And if you found this helpful, send it to someone who's about to make a $50,000 mistake.